Oh, going up them is a lot easier.
Yeah, up them is a lot easier.
Oops, squeeze it there. So what's the story here?
This is the bed that where the body imprint was. After it was all foofed. Foofed. You know when quilts are nice and foofy? But you couldn't see where anybody had, messed it up to roll out. And well, there was nobody here but me.
Right.
But you could see
the indentation?
Yeah, the indentation where the head went. And then, the body and the arms. The body and the legs.
Wow.
How long ago was this?
Oh, probably 4 or 5 years when we started working up here. They got really busy when we worked up here.
Well, they do.
Whenever they get disturbed.
Yeah.
They get disturbed.
Because we painted and Don brought in new furniture and it was like, could almost, you would think you would see stuff moved, unless they moved it back. But it sounded a lot like they were moving the furniture around. And that's when we got some new furniture and stuff in. And it was so funny because we'd be sitting downstairs and you'd hear them up here walking around and, the furniture moving. And I'd come up because I could sense that they were here and you could hear them. And everything would be just fine. So I don't know. But they seem happy with what we've done. I mean, they haven't, trashed anything, and they could probably do that if they wanted to.
This is such a cute little room.
Yeah.
You never get any really bad vibes of someone not being good?
I never have. Just that person I saw up by what was the old train station. And you can see it from here. It'd be like the far corner in the front. It's like they were crossing from there over towards the hill.
Okay.
And you could just, it was just like a person dressed in fluorescent white. They just were just this bright white, almost supernatural color. It was just white.
Wow.
And one was fine, and the other one, the dog and I got bad vibes off.
Wow.
To me, this is one of the most active floors. So we don't get them too much in the balcony, but we do some. But not as much as I have up here anyway. And a lot of the guys that have come feel very uncomfortable in the bedroom. I don't know why. Smell perfume down in the cave, and we were finding these little itty bitty feathers, like a boa. But yeah, it's and you can smell her perfume once in a while and stuff, but it's just. They just kind of fade in and out. They're always here.
There you go.
But sometimes.
My name is Kate Holland, and I just started here last July, and I have gone from it's possible that ghosts exist to, yeah, these guys are here and not afraid of them. I think they're kind of funny, and we talk to them all the time and joke about it. And you are?
I'm Joyce Peterson, and I believe.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. So, what kind of story? What's some of the better stories?
Actually, our most recent happened last week, twice in 1 week. There's a stuffed cat up in the overlook that we usually have in the smaller bedroom, the tiny bedroom. And when we got up there. And this was after the people had left, so not positive if they moved it or not, but the cat was in the TV sitting room on the back of the couch. So we moved it back and put it back where it normally is. And then mornings...
You got your list.
Oh, I have my list. Okay, so my grandson is 5 years old now, and his mom worked here when he was 2 and 3. Yes, 2 and 3, and he was playing in here, in this unit on the floor one day, and Heather came around the corner and he said to go away. And she said, why? And he told her that the little boy he was playing with didn't want her here. And he seemed to think there were kids on the steps. that right?
Because he played ball with the kids upstairs.
Played ball with the kids upstairs, and there was another day. Don and I were actually sitting out on the balcony having cocktails, and came in to use the bathroom. I think Don came in to use the bathroom, and when he came back out on the balcony, he said, "You're not going to believe this," and he brought me back in to look at a huge stain on the leather couch, and it was dried on already. You know, neither one of us had noticed it before, and how are we going to get that stain out, and that's awful. Sat out, had another drink, came back in to go to the bathroom, and the stain was gone.
What kind of stain do you think it was?
Huge.
Water stain?
At least a water stain, if nothing else. It was almost darker than a water stain, though. So I'm not sure what it was. It was dark and big. And then it was gone. This just happened a couple months ago. Sometimes I'm not like scared to death of them or of things that happen, but it really startled me. And anyway, we've got a storage unit off that little TV room up there, and I went to pull the door shut, and it felt like someone came from behind me and slammed into it, slammed it open, because they yanked that doorknob right out of my hand.
Wow.
So I jumped back and screamed for her, and she came flying around the corner. I don't know what she thought I did, but she came flying around the corner, and I was like, somebody just pulled the door out of my hand, and they don't want me to shut that door. They don't want the door shut. I just took off. I left.
I just reached over and pulled the door shut.
Coffee beans.
Yes.
I Swiffer the floors. I'm in charge of the fruit and the Swiffer. And I had Swiffered the floors in here and gone back through to fill the ice cube tray for the little refrigerator that's in this unit. And I came back, and right here in the middle of the floor where I had just Swiffered was probably a 2.5, 3-inch pile, round pile of coffee beans. Now we've got them.
Where was it located again?
Right here on the floor.
Right in front of the table?
Nobody kept on the
And they're
small
heavily
board?
kept in that, and it was clicked shut. There's no way for them to just come out or for mice to, I mean, he would have been a fast mouse to get all those coffee beans.
They were on the floor down there?
Yeah. Yes.
Right in here. Okay.
Was it a neat pile or
Very
was it
neat.
scattered?
Perfectly circular, very neat pile, right in the middle of the floor. So I yelled for Gertie, "Come out here and look at this. I just Swiffered this floor and there's coffee all the time." And we named Lola, the woman upstairs, wears
Well,
this really...
downstairs, wherever she might happen to
I think
be
she
now.
lives upstairs though, because I smell her in the bedroom mostly, the back bedroom. But she wears the most disgusting dime store perfume
No
there ever
offense,
was.
but I told her already.
We told her to back off on the perfume. 'Cause
She went by the
it's
kitchen
really
one day, I was
strong.
standing by the door, and Nightball blew me over, and I just said, "Lola, you need to tone her down."
Yep.
Oh.
But you can really smell it in the back bedroom, and
Think she might have been a prostitute?
I think she worked down in the tavern at one time.
Okay.
I don't know, but
I think she was a showgirl,
is
because she
that Barry
leaves
Manilow?
feathers. I just
She
named her
leaves
Lola
feathers
because I don't know
everywhere.
what her name is.
I
Yeah.
call her Lola, and then I sing that Barry Manilow song. Her name was Lola. She
Lola.
is a showgirl.
Yeah, yeah,
And that was
Yeah.
many years ago.
yeah.
Her voice, something low.
They
Anyway,
used to have a show.
she leaves
That's
feathers.
the only thing I could think of, because
We don't have feather pillows here, and she leaves feathers.
So like from a feather boa, that type of thing?
Yeah. And we had flying tuna.
Yes, I was about to say the flying tuna
Flying
cans.
tuna cans in
Can
the
you
pantry.
can you take us there?
Sure. This is our little storage area for the whole bed and breakfast, and in these cupboards here, we have our cleaning supplies. And we came in one day. This side is where Don keeps all his food. So he's got cans of food, and there were several cans of tuna here. There were some on the. There were 2 cans on the floor, and Gertie opened this, and another can of tuna came off and went right
flew
down to the
right in?
floor. It didn't hit her, but she kind of maybe cussed at that can of tuna.
Yeah.
Very
Did it?
possibly.
Would you say it flew off or it just fell off and she heard it fall onto
it
the ground?
didn't fall off.
No,
didn't
it
fall off.
flew off.
It flew off.
Right. And then we went back into the kitchen laughing about it, and more came. All the tuna was gone. Every can of tuna that he had was on the floor. Oh, recently we had a couple stay in the cave, and the bed is right in front of the cave. And when we got down to serve breakfast that next morning, the woman said she kept getting a vision of a little blonde girl in the cave and couldn't go to sleep. And she woke her husband up 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning and said, we have to switch places because I need to sleep. And I can't sleep on this side. And she said she talked to them and said, you know what, I've got 3 kids. This is my time. I'm trying to relax. And I can't sleep with you guys bothering me. You need to leave me alone. And she slept fine the rest of the night. They stayed, I think they stayed 3 nights.
I don't know.
And she didn't have another problem. That was the first night.
That's interesting.
But we've had other people say they can hear screaming in the back of the cave. I don't know what that would be about, because it sounds like that was just kind of used for storage of beer. Yeah. And apparently they
in the cave.
Okay.
well, apparently they showed the open part was in the front. You know, the public part was in the front of the unit, and they actually dressed the bodies. There used to be a rolling door on this level, on the side of the building, like a loading dock door, and they dressed the bodies where we were sitting at the table
Okay.
and did all of that business there, and then the showings were downstairs in the cave at the front of the building.
Okay.
But they stored them in the cave because it was cooler.
I looked lots of forget years ballet. I don't really think ballet. You'd think I want to be the plus. I used to coach dance line, and look at me. It doesn't matter.
Clearly. How are your other teammates looking?
Okay, this used to be a jail, and there were 4 cells down there on the first floor. They made sandwiches next door to give them food, give them no toilet facilities, they went in buckets. And this was it. And there's been a lot of activity here in this building.
Welcome to jail.